Hello everyone and welcome to our December 2021 Berry Comforting Paper Pumpkin Workshop. All right, so we are going to put together our kits tonight, and I'll also show you some alternate project ideas using the stamps and materials in the kit, as well as pulling in a few other fun colored cardstocks, some designer series paper, and a few other elements too. So this is a great kit, absolutely love it. It's definitely something that we all need this time of year after 2020. What a year it's been. So we can all use some thinking of you, some get wells, and lots of comfort. So our 2020, yes, December 2020, last one. So we're going out with a good kit here. I'm gonna flip it and we're just gonna get into it because I have a lot of products to show you. So grab your kit and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so I've got it in here. I've just gone ahead. I did open my kit, but I did not disassemble it yet. So what I've got in here, make sure we're good and square. Let's see, I might need to move my table just a little bit just so that we're right on here. Okay, and hey Susan, how are you? All right, glad somebody's able to join me live for a little bit here. So I did go ahead and unwrap. I like to save the pretty tissue paper because you can always use that for another project. They've also stuck in a little flyer here advertising the Artistry Blooms suite of products and the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I've tucked those in here and go ahead and set that aside. Now these are the projects as shown. So we'll go ahead and kind of see what we've got here. We've got our stamp set. That bear is bigger than I thought. It's really cute. So go ahead and set that. I think somehow I'm feeling I'm flipped. So let me see here. There we go. That makes a little more sense. Flipped the screen a little bit. Okay, so in this kit we have, it makes 12 cards. So we're going to have 4 each of 3 designs. I have a nice big pack of dimensionals there. It looks like here are some of our die cuts. So we've got our cute little bears, the koalas, and this is a red panda. If you're wondering exactly what that was, that's a red panda. So I'm gonna set those there. We've got our cute coordinating envelopes. Looks like these are in the soft seafoam color, and they've got that fun stripy pattern inside. Love those. So I'm gonna just keep those safe and set those aside. Okay, so these are our 3 designs here. So we've got the rich razzleberry, and the gold foil detail is embossed onto these note cards. So that's great. Actually, these are full-size cards here. And that's not something that you could see just from the advertisement. So this has got gold foil stripes in it as well. That's in the soft sea foam. So these are some of the other elements that we've got. This is Calypso Coral, also with the embossing on there. All right, so those are our 3 cards. Now we've got our die cuts. And then in addition to the animals we have, you do get 1 sheet. So sometimes we have a lot of extras in the kits. This month we have exactly 12 die cuts, 1 for each of the cards. But the cool thing is the way the cards are designed, you can definitely mix and match. So we'll be doing some of that here as well. And then it comes with a rich razzleberry ink spot. But you will be seeing me, rather than open that right now, I'll be using my full-size rich razzleberry ink pad. I like these for travel. And again, yes, if you are sticking to paper pumpkin and you're on a limited space, then the ink spots are awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start. There's not really much for directions. These are pretty simple so far. So pretty much they're having us stamp our greetings and then put the die cuts together and stick them on the card. So not a whole lot of directions that we need on there. So I thought, let's make one of each as shown, and then I have a bunch of alternate samples. They've given us a couple ideas here on the back, but I have a bunch more for us as well. So we're gonna start here with the Calypso Coral. Nice, bright, fun colors. Love that. So we're gonna go ahead and fold these. Okay, and this one goes with one of these die cut circles with the stripes and the zigzags here. Oh, Susan says she hasn't opened her kit yet. Well, yes, maybe this weekend. It is hard this time of year when there's so many, there's demo pre-order and new products, and yes, just with things being crazy anyways, but well, hopefully this will inspire you. After all, it is meant to be a 30-minute creative escape, so it shouldn't take you too long. All right, so if you have tape runner, then that's fine. If you don't, then they have given us quite a few of these dimensionals here. So we'll use those on all our die cuts. So let me go ahead and just put adhesive on this. The cool thing with it being all zigzaggy and everything, it's kind of an optical illusion. Nobody's gonna know if you glued it on there straight or not. So we'll just aim for the middle and go with that. Okay, so for this particular one, we are going to use the koalas. They're so cute. And the nice thing is they're actually already attached here with the strip. Hey, Lori, how are you? So, and they've got the little hands kind of pop out. So this makes it easy. You don't have to try to like line them up even on there. And with their hands being open, then that means you can slide little whatever element you choose right in there between them. I mean, how cute is that? All right, so we're gonna slide this in here just like so. And then we're gonna flip it over and put our dimensionals on here. So I'm gonna actually just use 3. One, I am gonna layer this just a little bit so that it holds my cupcake in place. And then, there we go. So just, this is super, super quick and easy. Love that. All right, so these are gonna go a little bit towards the top here because we want room for our sentiment. So this one calls for, so the hooray is a shorter one. So that's gonna be one of these shorter pieces here, I believe. I guess they're interchangeable. You could use the long or the short. Let's see which one looks better. So I guess the long one kind of balances it out just a little bit more, but really you could go with either one. Either one, really. Okay, so we have a Get Well Soon, a You're on My Mind, which is kind of like thinking of you, and a Hooray. So we'll go ahead and put this together like so. Grab my ink pad here. Ink that all up nice. All right, am I in the camera view? Oh, good. All right. So go ahead and put this towards the center. All right, that came out pretty good. Sometimes you never know. All right, and then we'll go ahead and put our dimensionals on here. And balance it out underneath their little koala butts. Let's see, pull it down just a little bit. Okay, there you have it. That is the first card. Super cute. The nice thing too is if you love these, there are refills available in the online store. Or if you missed it all together and you'd like a kit, I do have a couple of extras. So just let me know. All right, the second card here is the soft sea foam. So go ahead and fold this one. I've got my host code here, but it's kind of falling apart. Here we go. All right, so I've got the soft sea foam. This one uses this punched out piece in rich razzleberry with the gold foil embossing on there. You know, I might save these because we could cut it apart and then you've got a little frame for each of those. Something to think about there. All right, so we'll go ahead and glue this down. Okay, and yes, I'm right in the middle. So even on all sides. There we go. Okay, and then this one calls for one of the cute little teddy bears. There we go. And his little arms pop out too. Aren't they cute? Oh, just the one, I guess. All right, so we're going to put dimensionals on him or her. Could be a mama bear. All right, so I'll put 3 right down his body. Okay, this goes right in here. I think it's just about centered. I pull it over just a little bit. There we go. Okay. And this one will be carrying a bouquet of flowers. And I love how all of these elements have the little gold foil too. That's a lot of fun. Okay. So we'll just put 1 dimensional on the back of our flowers for good measure. And then this will tuck right in behind the arm because he's carrying, that'd be a cute anniversary card, wouldn't it? From a husband to a wife. Say, honey, I brought you flowers. Or a good anytime card. The husbands should bring flowers anytime. Not just for special occasions. Hey, Diana, how are you? Aw, I hope your kit arrives soon. I know things have been super delayed with the mail here lately, and then all kinds of craziness. All right, so I'm going to clean my stamp here. Before I get out the new one, I'm going to use the You're on My Mind, or Thinking of You. Goes with this one. All right, but I do want to clean this because rich razzleberry has a tendency to turn your stamps nice, pretty pinky purple color. All right, so we're gonna put the hooray on the stamp sheet with the photopolymer stamps. If I don't put them back on the sheet and keep track of them, then they end up stuck to something. And I have been known. Oh, Diana, your kit came today. Well, perfect timing. Go ahead and grab your kit and we'll put ours together. That's awesome. All right. Yeah, I think mine took a tour around central New York before it finally arrived, but nonetheless, it's yours. All right, so this, I'm gonna center it down here just a little bit. How cute is that? So fun and quick and simple. I love that. Okay, so the third design here is the rich razzleberry card base. I love all these gold foil accents on here. That's awesome. Okay. And for this one, we're getting a striped piece. So let's find that. That's what these little striped squares are. Okay, and I guess this card really could go horizontal or vertical. They've designed it as vertical, but really it could go either way. So we're going to glue down our element here first. Okay, so we'll make it even on the top and bottom, and then it's a little narrower on the sides. And I think we're good. Okay, so this card gets the red panda. It kind of reminds me, isn't there a character in one of the like Super Mario video game? I'm not a gamer, I don't play video games, but this is like totally dating me, but I think there's, or maybe that's a hedgehog or something, but it kind of looks, I don't know. It's quirky like that. Okay, so this one just glues on with a couple of dimensionals, and then he's going to be holding the heart. So this gets centered on here, and we get to pop out one of these cute hearts. Put a dimensional on there. So cute. And then we've already popped out one of the little labels here. So the third sentiment is this get well soon. So I love these. They're perfect for various occasions here. Hey B, how are you? Hey Sue. Hello everybody. All right, so we're going to put our get well soon. All those lines are making my eyes go buggy. All right, so I'm gonna take this and here we go. Attempt to stamp it somewhat straight. Not too shabby. Okay. And then we've got dimensionals for this. Okay. Ta-da! Isn't this cute? Yeah, Susan, all the elements in this kit are so cute. I wish we had a few more than 12. But nonetheless, I love what it came with here. And so for each of these cards, these are the original as designed. But I love that you could swap these out. So there's enough of them that you could do you could design a card. So you could do the koalas with the present, and then the bear could be holding either a present or maybe a heart, and then the little panda could hold the bouquet of flowers. So they're totally interchangeable, mix and match. So I think that's pretty much what they were designed to do, that you could mix and match them. And the elements, so you could do the circles on here. Let's see, we could kind of change it up a little bit. You could put the circle. You could do a circle on here instead of the square, or you could super easily make this one, where did it go? I wanted that little square. Could totally make it a horizontal or landscape card here instead of vertical. So let's see if we did that. I'll go ahead and put that on here. And you could put the different elements. You don't have to necessarily do a panda, but let's see. If we did the panda on there, let's grab some dimensionals. All right, I think I'm gonna have the panda. I'll put the panda with the flowers on this one. Say, isn't that cute? You could do, I think this one needs like a I love you or something. Let me see. I brought in, I have a couple extra sets here. I brought in Peaceful Moments. I actually used it this afternoon because that has some great sentiments on here. I think I'm gonna hold off because I think it needs like an I love you or just because I care, something like that. All right, I'm gonna have to look through my sentiments a little bit more, but isn't that cute that you could totally do it that way instead? So you have two variations on that one. Okay, so let me show you, let's get a little creative here. All right, so they did give us a couple of ideas for inspiration. So I love this little one. I'm gonna do my own take on it. But what we're starting with here is the soft seafoam. So you'll need a soft seafoam card base. It's just a half sheet, 5.5 by 8.5. And then, of course, because the koalas, you wanna have some eucalyptus. So I'm gonna pull out my cute little koalas here. And let's see here. All right, so for this one, for our eucalyptus, I'm using, this is the Forever Fern, the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper. And it has some amazing papers on here. And these greens work perfectly. So I have used these are the Be Mine stitched heart framelit dies. Okay, these have been in the catalog, the annual catalog for a couple seasons now. So I used this particular die. This is the largest heart, and it's got the scalloped edge. So what happens when you cut out your paper, you actually end up with two pieces. So you use this die and you get two pieces. You get the scalloped stitched part and then you get the interior heart. So I cut this once with the Designer Series paper and once with Garden Green. So we're actually gonna make two cards because I've got the pieces for them. So we'll just make two a little bit different. So let me tuck these heart dies back in here. All those little pieces, don't wanna lose them. Okay, so we are going to make two. So you'll just need one whole sheet here of the soft seafoam. All right, hey Angela, how are you? And for the first one, we've got the eucalyptus heart. I'm just gonna call it the eucalyptus heart, Forever Fern. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put my Stampin' seal straight on here. I'm just gonna put it right flat on the card base. And then for the other one, we're gonna go ahead and glue down the Garden Green heart. So essentially they'll be identical, just the hearts will be swapped. Okay, and then we do need some glue dots here. So we're gonna put the patterned scallop piece on there and the solid on this one. So I'm almost done with my sheet of glue dots here. All right, so I'll put it on each of the tips. And then we'll do kind of each of the lobes of the hearts there. Okay. All right, and then this goes right, there we go. Just line it right up on there. Boy, these little glue dots are sticky. Okay, so I've got first one. Move that just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So we can always tack that down a little bit more if we need to, but I think that'll get us started, especially if we put our elements on here. Okay, but yes, paper pumpkin kits. I absolutely love these because everything it's this perfect little all-inclusive kit. Everything is already cut. You get the stamp sets, and your very first kit, you do get a little block, so you'll have that. And then each month you get a different colored mini ink spot, so the little mini ink pads, so you can get quite a collection over the course of a year. It comes with your dimensionals and all that good stuff. Okay. All right, so we've got our hearts on here. Now we need some little branches. So these I've die cut with the garden green. Not sure if you can see these, but they are kind of textured, a little bit embossed there. And that was done with the Forever Flourishing dies. This is part of the suite that goes with the Forever Greenery. So you can see that die right here. So I just need one of those for each card. So we'll actually put a couple of, well, usually the kits come with glue dots. I don't see glue dots in this particular kit this month. All right, so I'm just gonna put a couple here, kind of right in the curve. And then we'll do that on this one too. Okay. All right, so I know this is a little tone on tone right there, but then if we take these cute little koalas, and this time we're actually gonna snip them apart just a little bit. So I'm gonna come in here and just trim the leg, because that part of the arm is already cut out. So I'm gonna just trim that just a little bit closer. Take out this little piece. Okay, and then come in here on this one and just curve it right around the arm there. Okay, so there's that one. Pop out the arm on this one here. So we'll just come right up in here and snip this right out. Perfect. Okay, so all I did was remove that little center piece there. Now we'll grab our dimensionals. Those little pieces are sticking to me. And then, watch, they can hug. Aren't they cute? So however you want to do this here. But yes, they're so cute, little snuggly koalas, and we'll tuck them right in here amongst the eucalyptus. Aren't they cute? I just thought that is such an adorable little idea. So let me grab the other sheet here so I can do this one too. Okay, so again, pop up their arms and then just gently do a little snip there. Okay, and then took that piece. All right, so just pop that out. Dimensionals. I just think these are so cute. Let's see, yeah, like that. Little kiss. And tuck them in the eucalyptus there. It's like so adorable. Again, I think this would be like perfect little anniversary card. And you could use the little pieces. Here we go. We've got the little pieces here. So we could do I'm gonna have to find my, I think anniversary would be perfect for that. And then you could stamp that with the garden green ink. And so I'm gonna hold off on that, but I am going to pull in my trusty gold glitter enamel dots. If you guys watch my videos, you know I love gold glitter enamel dots. So let's go ahead and put some of these on our card. So pretty much I know where I'm gonna kind of place my greeting is gonna go right there. So I'm using the small, medium, or large, the medium, and then let's put a small one right up here. And I'll do the same for this one too, so that way they're all ready to go. These are just super cute. All right. Love those. Aren't they fun? All right, so yes, I do need to find my little anniversary sentiments, or you could use the one from the kit. They've shown us using it, the You're on My Mind. But yeah, however you choose to use them, it's super cute. All right, so I'm gonna set these aside. I'm gonna leave that there so I can go ahead and finish my sentiment in a bit. Okay, so pulling in a few extra things and giving you guys some sneak peeks. The next card I'm going to show you uses a card base of Blushing Bride. This is a half sheet that's 5.5 by 8.5. Again, these are perfect little lovey cards, or thinking of you, or however you want to do it. For this one, I've pulled in some Real Red, and I'm not sure if you could see, but this particular pattern has the cutest little hearts on it, very dainty. So it's Real Red background with little Blushing Bride hearts on it. This pattern is actually from a brand new paper coming up in the spring catalog that is called Snail Mail. This is the cutest paper. And there's a stamp set and dies. There's a whole suite that has a snail mail theme. And actually this particular paper and the suite will coordinate with January's paper pumpkin kit. And there's an add-on for that as well. So I'm just giving you guys like a super sneak peek ahead of time. That that is where that Real Red striped piece came from. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this down. So this is a 1.5 by 5.5 inch strip of Designer Series paper, and I'm just gluing that right, it's about the center of the card. And then I have a piece that I die cut with Real Red. This scalloped rectangle is from the So Sentimental bundle, or you can buy the dies by themselves. They're called Stitched So Sweetly dies, and they've got the scalloped rectangles. I need to cut some more of those little magnetic sheets from the, I use the dryer vent covers. You can buy them at the like Home Depot or Lowe's in the heating section, and then it's so much more affordable. So for another day. But anyways, these are the Stitched So Sweetly dies, and that's where the stitched scallop rectangles came from. Okay, so you can buy them on their own or bundle it here with the So Sentimental stamp set. So we're going to glue down our rectangle here. And this is going to go about here. Let those little hearts peek out the side. Okay, so I did cut a little piece of white. I am using my stitched rectangles. I love everything stitched. Hey Luann, how are you? Oh yes, that heart pattern is exactly the same. Oh, as the fabric you used 30 years ago to make an apron. Aw, that's so sweet. Well, thank you for jumping on for a few minutes. It was good to have you here. So yes, so I cut the white with the stitched rectangle framelits, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and glue this on. I'm not doing any particular stamping on this one because I'm going to use the die cut bear from the kit. So this will go right on here. So I do have a bear left. If you had already used up all your die cuts, then that's where you've got the stamp here, and it would be easy enough to stamp him on some, you could do white or crumb cake or any other little background there, and just fussy cut it. But for now I'm not gonna make you watch me fussy cut. So we'll just go ahead and put some dimensionals here. It looks like I got a piece of, oh, that's his little arm. I'm like, what is that? I thought I had a piece of cat hair on there. Okay. All right, so we'll put our cute little bear on here. And then, you know, those hearts that we used on the eucalyptus card, well, there's also a tiny little heart in here. This little one is a little scalloped heart, super cute. And I cut a little matching heart for him. So let me get those stitch shapes out of the way. Put a little dimensional on the back. And then I'm gonna pop up the arm to hold it. Come on here. It's so funny. You see the little scribbles there. It looks like the teddy bear has chest hair. That's so weird. All right, so I'm gonna cover that up because I don't want to see that. Sorry, now you probably won't be able to unsee it. All right, so oh goodness. Okay, so I've got that, and I think I'm going to use this sentiment from the Peaceful Moments that says "Thinking of you with all my heart," because I think that would tie in. That would be super cute. So let me put this on a block here, and I do need some real red ink, which I did have out here at one point. Okay, it's hiding under my stack of papers. Okay, good. Lori's laughing. Oh, goodness. All right, so let's do that. We'll do Thinking of You with All My Heart. We'll just put that right down here directly on the card base. Isn't that cute? All right, super fun with that one. Go ahead and clean this red ink off my stamp before I stick my arm in it. All right, so that was the Peaceful Moments stamp set. I thought that sentiment worked really nicely in there. Super cute, huh? I really like the way that came out. Okay, so I've got that. I'll add that to the pile. So far we've got quite a few, and we haven't even touched all of our card bases from the kit yet. Okay, so the next idea I've got for you calls for just a little bit of stamping. We're going to use some of the other elements from the kit. So this time I'm using a card base again. So apparently I'm using lots of this soft seafoam. So 5.5 by 8.5 on this one. This time I've cut a layer of rich razzleberry. So I've made this 4 by 5.25. And go ahead and stick this down. And then the next piece will be a layer of Whisper White. That's another 1/4 inch smaller. So this will be 3 3/4 by 5. Don't glue this down quite yet. In fact, if you've saved the cardboard from your packaging, this works great as a scrap and as something to protect your work surface there. So we're going to use the little bouquet image here from our stamp. And then we'll use this little, I don't know, I guess little petal image. It's the same, kind of represents the pretty little petals there. So we'll use both of those. I did pull in, I've got a couple extra blocks that I'm using. Okay, so with this, we are going to use our rich razzleberry. And for the flowers here, we're going to use Calypso Coral. So we're using colors from the kit. All right, so what I'm gonna do first is stamp our bouquet kind of randomly around here. So it's nice and bright and fun. Okay, so we're just kind of stamping it all over, and then do one down here. Okay, so we can kind of put it here and there and everywhere. Let's see. So I need an extra little bit up here. Okay, so we'll kind of leave that for now. And then we'll pull in the rich razzleberry for the little petals, and we'll do little accents kind of between our, oops, need to press. That's the wonderful thing with photopolymer, is if you didn't get it quite where you wanted it, go ahead and put it back. You can line it right back up. Okay, so let's stamp this between the petals here, kind of fun little accents. And then maybe right off here. Depends on how much room you left in between in between these, what you have room for. Let's see here. I think we can fit one in here. And let's do one right in here. We'll kind of make it kind of a geometric pattern. Let's see. I guess we'll kind of fill in down here. You can always put more flowers on here too if we need to fill in the blanks a little bit. So that's why I've got my stamp still out here, so we'll fill in these just a little bit. And actually I can kind of come in and do the leaves. And yeah, I think we're gonna do the little bit of an edge, just a little bit of extra color. And looks like I've got a blank spot here, so let's come in and fill that in. Go over it one more time. I have to pull that a little bit closer so I can see it. Okay, perfect. All right, so we have just our random, we've kind of made our own patterned paper here with the stamps here from that came in the kit. So let me quickly clean these off. Okay, so we'll adhere this piece onto our card base, but you see why I put the scrap behind it there, so you don't get ink all over your tabletop. Okay. So this is going to go right on top. Okay. So if you have extra pieces from your kit and you want to use the die cuts that came in here with the gold foil, then you can totally do that. If you're out of pieces, then you could cut more with the stitched shape, the stitched rectangles here. So that's what I've done. I've cut a piece of rich razzleberry and one of whisper white. These are two of the smallest, skinniest of the stitched rectangles. So I'm gonna put a couple of the dimensionals on this rich razzleberry piece. And I actually think I want to do that right up, kind of right up here at the top. And then we'll grab maybe grab that Get Well Soon again and put that on here. Okay. Get my rich razzleberry ink pad back out. And we're gonna stamp our sentiment on the white label. Okay, very nice. Couple more dimensionals because why not? Pop everything up. Okay, and then that'll go right on here. All right, so I love that. And you could always add, what do we do with those little pieces? Here we go. Yeah, I think I like it just the way it is. Let's use a couple of our glitter dots. I'll put a little bit of an accent on here. I've got two little ones. So I'll just put them right here on our label. Oop, stick to my finger. Okay, super cute. Yeah, I like that. Isn't that fun? Okay, so moving on to the next design, kind of a similar theme. So use the other half sheet of the soft sea foam, another quarter sheet of the rich razzleberry, but this time I've die cut my Whisper White, made it a little bit narrower with the stitched rectangles. Hey Janelle, how are you? Okay, if you've got your kit, go ahead and grab it. Right now I am showing some alternate ways to use the stamps that came in the stamp set with the kit. All right, so my rich razzleberry layer here is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm gonna glue that right on top. And then the stitched piece. So, not sure if you guys know this, but inside the kit, there's actually a little ruler around the bottom. So if you wanna know, this stitched rectangle here, this is die cut, it's 3 inches by 4 and not quite 4 1/4, 4 3/8. Yeah, okay. All right, so for this particular piece, we're going to use that Get Well stamp, and we're going to use our bouquet again. And same colors, we're using the Calypso Coral and the rich razzleberry. So I'm going to stamp, well, I guess we should do the rich razzleberry first, and that way I'll be able to see where I want to place my bouquet. But for this one, we're actually going to stamp our Get Well right down the edge of the card. So this would be the perfect project for your stamparatus, actually. I was gonna get mine out and then totally forgot to pull it out before time got away from me. But that way you could place these all exactly evenly and you wouldn't have a crooked one. So there you go. Make sure you use your stamparatus next time. All right. So maybe over the crooked one, I'm going to pull out one of those die cut pieces. Actually, I had an extra little skinny strip. When I die cut these, I actually die cut 2. So I'm gonna put my Get Well on there. And pop that up, and I'm gonna put that over the crooked one. See, there's always a method. Opportunities for embellishment. All right, so I'm gonna put that right on here. I realize I'm extending off of this layer. That's okay, I'll go ahead and put dimensionals on the back of this piece too. We'll just, actually before I pop the whole thing up, I do wanna stamp my flowers. All right, got a little ahead of myself there. So let's see, where do I want to put this? Maybe right here at the top. Okay, that looks good. Now I can finish putting on my dimensionals here. So for a larger panel like this, I do want to use 5. Okay, and then this goes right here in the center. That has extended out a little bit, that's okay. We will use our gold glitter enamel dots, so we'll accent this a little bit, and then I've actually got some gold twine that was from the Forever Greenery suite here. So let's pull in our glitter dots and a little bit of this Forever Greenery ribbon combo, the gold twine here. Let's see, it looks like it's unraveled a little bit in my bag. Actually, I've got a piece of scrap in here too, that'll work perfectly. All right, so we just need to tie just a little bow here for our bouquet. So make it just a little big, and that way you can always pull it down and adjust it. So go ahead, tighten your loops, and then keep pulling until they're exactly the size that you want. Okay, and then we're going to put them in place with a glue dot here, and then we'll trim off the ends. So I'm putting the glue dot right behind the knot, and I'm going to put that right behind the knot, right here on my bouquet. And then trim off the ends here. Alrighty. Okay, so we've got, let me roll up my spool here. Okay, get this ribbon back where it belongs. All right, so now a couple little glitter dots on here. We'll use the tiny ones. Wait, this is not wanting to come off. Here we go. And then maybe we want a couple of extras. Let's go with the middle size. And then let's put a big one down here too. So that kind of draws the eye down the card, balances it out just a little bit better. Isn't that cute? So there's a couple cool ideas there for your get well soon, your little flower stamp, as well as fun little petal elements there. Aww. Oh, good. So yes, you like that the sentiment kind of pokes out the side a little bit there. Yeah, I think it does. It kind of pops it out a little bit. So yeah, I'm pleased. I think those came out super cute. Okay, so the next one is a sneak peek with this is called the Petals Paper Blooms. This is the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. I actually used this in my video this afternoon. So you can go back and watch that on YouTube. So for this one, I have a card base. This is a half sheet of Rococo Rose. So I'll go ahead and layer that on here. And then for this one, I'm not going to glue anything on it quite yet. I have a quarter sheet here. This is Night of Navy. That's 4 by 5 1/4. My designer series paper, isn't that cute? So this is 3 3/4 by 5. These I am going to glue together. So if you saw my video this afternoon, I was showing how you can mix and match the patterns from the designer series paper. So I'm actually using the reverse side of this, which are these little daisies on the Night of Navy background. And this is a 1.5 inch by 3 3/4, so it fits right across the front here. Just gonna put one little strip of adhesive there, and just about maybe a little lower than the center, so about an inch and 1/4 up from the bottom. Go ahead and stick that down. All right, so for the ink, I'm gonna be using some Night of Navy on this one, and I've pulled in the denim ribbon. So we have a little bit of a country chic going on. I'm gonna cut this a little bit longer than the card, than the width of the card. And that way I can tape my ends to the back here. Oh, I just ran out of adhesive. So bear with me, I'm gonna grab a refill here. Okay, knew I was running low, so I actually just grabbed my Seal Plus because that's what I had handy. You can see it's just a little bit different here. Okay, so we're gonna tape this right across the middle, tuck the ends behind. I know, aren't these colors beautiful, Lori? They're very, very soft. So it's, what is it, Petal Pink and Rococo Rose on here with Seaside Spray, and then the navy pulls it all together. So we'll go ahead and put this on our Rococo Rose card base. I just think that's so cute. All right, so now I've got a stitch circle. You guys know I love, especially tonight, love everything stitched, but this is the stitched shapes that has the circles, the ovals, and the rectangles. So I'm using the largest of the circles. And this one, we're going to pull out one of those, the cute little red panda here. And yes, okay. So go ahead and put our dimensionals on the back. Pop this guy up. Okay, I'm gonna put this on here first to see where I want it. I want them popping off, extending out just a little bit. And then I can use my, either my Get Well or, let's see, does the You're on My Mind, doesn't quite fit. So I'm gonna go with the Get Well on this one. I'm gonna do that in the Night of Navy. Okay, and stamp that directly on there. So now that I've got this, we can, now that we've stamped, we can go ahead and put our circle on there. All right, with our dimensionals. And I was gonna put it out to the side, but it's so big. I think I'm gonna go just right here in the center. Okay, actually I gotta move it over. I'm not quite centered. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna center it, and then the flowers don't quite match. Actually, you know what? Do I have my blends? I didn't grab my blends in these colors. I'm almost thinking I could color them. All right, if not, I'll grab some, let's see, I got just a scrap of white here. I'm gonna stamp my bouquet in the navy. And then we can do a little, we'll just do a little fussy cut and pop that out. I don't think, hopefully that's not too bad. Okay. And that way we could color the leaves and the seaside spray to match the flowers and the leaves here on the designer series paper. So I'm not gonna go super intricate. I'm just kind of gonna go around these just a little bit. Try to make it somewhat quick here. If you had markers, you could also use your markers and color the petals, the flower petals one color, and then you could do your leaves and another by using your markers directly on your stamps. Okay, so not too bad. Let me just trim off this little tail. All right, I am gonna put my dimensionals on here just so I can show you guys the placement, and then I'll go in and color those a little bit later, and that way I can, and I'll post the finished project here in the gallery, here in the album that I've got on the group. I'll actually be sharing all of these projects in the album here on my Facebook group. But since we've got that, where's that gold twine I had? I used another quick piece. Makes it so much more finished when we can add just a cute little bow. Cute little bow. On there. Okay, tighten that, and then I'm gonna pull it because this gold ribbon likes to unravel a bit. I pull it just a little bit smaller. Okay, stick it on with my glue dot, and then I'll trim it off. So I'm gonna put that right down there because that way I can still color those leaves if I want. Okay, and then gather up these threads here. There we go. Which is kind of a cool effect once it all kind of comes apart. There we go. It's kind of like fringe. Aw, but isn't that cute? Aw. Luann, yes, definitely you can watch the replay. It'll be here in the group, and I will be uploading this to YouTube as well, so you can catch it there. All right, so that's got all our elements on that one, and then I have one more design for you, and this one uses some colors from the kit. So there's actually basic gray. Basic gray is kind of the colors that all of the critters are stamped in. Actually, I should probably make sure I've got enough koalas left. All right, so we've got a basic gray card base, which is the 5.5 by 8.5. Go ahead and fold that in half. Okay, then I've got a layer of Calypso Coral. I cut this, so it's not quite a quarter of a sheet. It's a little bit smaller. So this one is 5 by 3 3/4, or with whatever you like to choose. So 3 3/4 by 5. Hey Gladys, how are you? And then the Whisper White layer is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And I went ahead and I used the Scripty 3D embossing folder. It's kind of got a little, I don't want to say romantic. It is actually in English. It's talking about birds and the moon and the sound of music and singing and all kinds of things on there. I should actually find out what the story is from. But before I adhere this to the card, go ahead and grab your cardboard from the kit again. I thought it would be fun to use our new blending brushes with our Calypso Coral ink here and actually highlight a little bit of that script. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up some ink here. You start off the edge of your paper and then just slowly bring it on. So I've got quite a bit of ink on here and I like the subtlety of it. I don't want it too dark. So I actually think I'm just gonna go with what's here and just kind of go all over, get a little bit more even. Okay, so that highlights, kind of accents that embossing just a little bit more there. Okay, so now you can go ahead and adhere this to your Calypso Coral layer. Whoops. Boy, that's super tight. I actually pulled up some of my paper right there. Okay. All right, so we're gonna stick this right onto here. And then we're gonna grab that gold twine again. So this time, I don't usually go all the way around my card, but this time I am. So I keep it attached to my spool and just keep going. Let's see, let's wrap this. And then make sure you've got enough, that your ends are long enough here that you could actually tie a little bow over here. So, all right, so take this, we're gonna tie a knot over here on the right. Just a basic knot. I'm gonna start with that and then we can tie our bow later. That way you've got enough and you can actually move this around, get it how you want it. Okay, once you've got your ribbon on here, then you can go ahead and glue it to your card. Boy, I am picking up. This is, Seal Plus is super, super sticky. Let's see here. There we go. I guess I just need to be careful and not press quite so hard on there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put just a little bit across the center too. Hold that in place. All right, mount that on the front. And then, let me see, I should have, yes, got a little set of koalas left down here. I'm not gonna cut these apart, I'm gonna leave them as is. And then we're gonna pull in the cute little heart. So that pulls our colors together with the basic gray and the Calypso. All right, here's my dimensionals. There you go, put one on the heart, put dimensionals on. Actually, I'm gonna put 2 because that way the dimensionals will kind of hug on either side of the of the ribbon there. All right, and then pop up their little hands before I stick them down. Okay. All right, so we're gonna stick these right here across the center, then grab our little heart and tuck it in between, right between their arms. There we go. Move it just a little bit. Okay, come on here. There we go. I want my heart right where I want it. All right, and now we can tie our little bow. Okay, come on. It's unraveling. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna trim this, and I'm actually gonna stick a little glue dot right underneath the whole thing. So let me grab a glue dot. I'm gonna peel it off here with my snips so I can place it right underneath there. Perfect. Okay, so that way it didn't get wadded up in my fingers. Hey, Susie. Happy Paper Pumpkin Night to you, too. How are you? Okay, so it's another super cute little alternate idea with the pieces that we have in our kit. And then, so I think we've been stamping long enough here, but let me show you all what we ended up with for the evening. So we did our traditional cards as designed, and I'll put my greeting on here later when I decide what exactly I want. And then we showed that this one could also be done horizontally as well as vertically. So you can change that up just a little bit. All right, you can also swap out all of the elements. So we did the little heart here. You've got a present, you've got the flowers, the bear can hold the heart. All of these little die cuts are interchangeable. Then we used some of the new Snailed It Designer Series paper with the little hearts. We used our stitched Be Mine heart dies on here, as well as the Peaceful Moments stamp set, and then the die cut bear. We used the new Petals Designers Paper Blooms. I keep wanting to call it Petals. Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. We stamped our little bouquet and put that on there. So sneak peeks of a couple of new Designer Series papers that will be available soon. Then we kind of ran with the alternate idea that they gave us at the back of the kit. We used our Forever Greenery Designer Series paper and our Stitched Be Mine hearts. We cut our little koalas and we made them hug. Aren't they cute? And then I've left this because I think I want to use these for little anniversary cards. And we've added some gold glitter dots on here. And then we continued with that soft seafoam card base and used the flowers and the little petals, more gold glitter dots, and kind of created our own background paper too. So far with our alternates here, so 2, 4, 6, we have 7 alternates, actually 8 if you consider that one, the horizontal, the 3 as designed, and then I still have 2, 3, 5. I still have 8 card bases left to mix and match for the card here. So lots of value in this kit, lots of different ways to use it, and definitely extend the life of it beyond the kit. I think that'll be a great stamp set to have. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. I think this is a super cute kit. I was really looking forward to it, and I'm glad it's here. So like I said, there are refills available currently in the online store. If you've put your kit together and you enjoyed it so much, you want to make some more. And if you missed out on the kit and you would like one, please send me a message because I do have a couple of extras, but act quickly. All right, well, thank you guys so much. Oh yes, Janelle says she's using the teddy bear one for her 2-year-old. Aww. Yes, perfect. I think these definitely kids and adults alike will love these cards. I think they're perfect for everybody. So you guys have a fabulous evening and happy stamping to you. And we'll catch you later. Definitely make sure you subscribe to next month's as well. It will have a cute little snail mail theme with it that will coordinate with the upcoming snail mail theme. Snail mail suite, excuse me. It's got some hearts and there is an add-on for that. So these kits are awesome. So make sure you've got your subscription active. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.